Hi, my name is Michelle Sagling. I am your Integrated Technology Specialist, and I'm here to talk to you today about getting your Polycam and getting it set up and setting it up on the tripod. So I wanted to start with the tripod. You'll be receiving a tripod that's very similar to this one. And what you'll notice is that it has some tabs around the legs. The first thing you'll want to do is pop the tabs on each of those legs and extend the legs out and get it to the height that you want it. And then you'll want to lock those tabs back up to lock the legs at the height that you would like them to be at. Once you've done that, you can pull the legs open and that will pop your tripod open. You'll notice that there are some different features at the top of the tripod, and right now you're looking at the back of the tripod, and you know this because this handle is here. So if you flip it around, you can actually control the head of the tripod by moving that handle around. You can also spin this wheel here to work on the panning from right to left. And then there's a release that allows you to tilt the plate up. Allows you to tilt the plate up. Most important thing about this is that you want to keep this one completely flat and tighten it up before you put your Polycom camera on the mounting plate. The last thing I wanted to show you is that there is a lock that holds your mounting plate in place. You want to free that lock and release your mounting plate. You'll notice that there's a pyramid shape on the bottom, so you want to go ahead and take that poly plate out, and once your Polycam is attached to it, you'll slide it back in and make sure that that is locked up. You'll have some other options for setting the height on your tripod. We really recommend getting your maximum height by extending the legs as much as possible. However, if you want to get it even higher, you can extend one leg and put your tripod up on a table. There is a crank here that allows you to have even further height, but what happens when you use that is the extension makes it a little bit wobbly, and with the weight of the Polycam on it, you may just not want to do that. That's not the best way to get your height. So if you need the height, extend the legs as much as possible, or extend just one notch of the leg and put it up on the table, one or two. Once you've unboxed your Poly Studio camera, you want to flip it all the way over. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to tilt it towards the camera so that you can see what I'm looking at, but it's going to be easier for you to do this with the camera sitting flush to the table. You're going to take your mounting plate that you removed from your tripod, and you're going to set it on the mounting hole here that is on the bottom of the camera. Now you'll notice on the bottom of the mounting plate that there is a mechanism there for screwing into the camera. So you want to set it on top of that hole, and there's a little knob here, a little handle, and you want to push down and turn. Now it's important not to turn the actual mounting plate, but the actual screw that's in here, because that is what does the work and attaches. And I'm going to just flip it up so that I can get a good attachment here. There we go. And you want to make sure that the plate is nice and flush with the camera. And so now you're ready to attach it back to your tripod. Now that you have your mounting plate attached to your Polycom Studio camera, we are ready to attach it to the tripod. I recommend getting a friend to help you with this because it's hard to do with just two hands. So what you want to do is use the mounting plate lock and hold it open. I'm going to turn my camera around. We're going to set our Poly camera in there, lock, and then we're going to tighten up by turning the tilt handle. And we also want to tighten up the pan knob here on the side so that our camera is on here and very stable. We want to show you really quickly how to get this plugged in. On this side, you'll see that there's a USB-C at the top, and then there's two other ports here that you don't really need to worry about right now. They're both audio ports, but we won't worry about those right now. And then on this side, you'll see that there is power. This is my left and right. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in the USB-C first, and then I'm going to take the power cord and plug it in on this side. And now you're ready to power this up. If you're using your in-class sound system, you want to choose the microphone that you prefer, power it up, and adjust your volume for your in-class students. Your sound preferences for your at-home students will be done from your computer and from student devices. At this point, you're ready to start using your Polycom Studio Camera in a Google Meet or Zoom session. So to do that, you want to just open up a Meet tab like you normally would and go to your meeting. Now, chances are when you start this meeting, if everything is plugged in the way it's supposed to be plugged in, your camera settings might already be defaulting to the Polycom Studio audio and video options. However, if they aren't, what you'd like to do is go to the three dots in the lower right corner, which is the More Options feature, click Settings. And then the first one that'll pop up is audio. I like to start with video. It's the second option because sometimes when you set your video, it will automatically change your audio options. And you'll see when I click the drop down here that one of my options is Polycom Studio, so I'm going to select that one. And I'm just going to go back and make sure that my audio options have changed, and they haven't this time, so it's good that I checked. So I want to click on the microphone option and change that to Polycom Studio. And then down at the bottom, I also want to change the speaker option to Polycom Studio. Okay, you'll notice now that the view has changed to the Polycom camera, which is pointed at my whiteboard. Now that your Google Meet is set up, you're showing your students at home your whiteboard and your teaching space. If you have a computer running Windows and you want to connect your Polycom Studio Camera to it, all you need to do is find the end of your USB cable and an open USB port on your device and plug it in, and it should connect right away. Once it's connected, you can start a Google Meet by going to meet.google.com. And if you need to set your permissions for microphone and camera, go ahead and click Allow for both. You'll notice that my view actually is defaulting to my Polycom Studio. You'll find that that might happen by default, but if it doesn't, what you would like to do is go down to your three dots in the lower right corner, click Settings, and then click the Video tab, which is the second option on the left pop-up. In this instance, this is the only camera option, so it is set as the default. But on other instances, you might see other cameras listed there, including your internal device camera. Then click on Audio and make sure that both your microphone and your speakers are set to Polycom Studio Audio. And now you're ready to teach using your Polycom Studio Camera.